We're live. Clary, what's going on?
This is it. I think you need like an intro, like someone in your audience, if they'd be kind enough to do like a little 15-second intro for you, because we just go, hey, what's going on? Are you still a nerdy kind of finance guy? Yeah, yeah. You nerdy
Yeah,
accountant? Yeah, yeah. Okay,
yeah.
cool. Oh
How
my
about
God,
you?
Democrats. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
No, I mean, you were doing videos like most of the day. The candidate and I were a little worried you wouldn't have the energy to keep going tonight. So,
No, the videos didn't wipe me out, and I wasn't doing. I actually it was a pretty average day. What wiped me out is today's the last day. It will be in the 60s in South Dakota, I think, for the rest of the season. And so I got a hike in, and then I also went to the gym. And I only got 5.5 hours of sleep last night, so I am physically exhausted, and
what happened last night?
I didn't get any sleep.
Oh, right, but was there a reason
Yeah.
for that, or maybe you can't
No,
share
no,
it?
no, like some days, some days you wake up, you can't go back to bed. Nothing bad happened. It just I woke up at 6:30 this morning and kind of actually, you know what? You got your phone with you?
Yeah.
Yeah, here, let me send you I even took a picture of the sunrise because I'm rarely up that or don't show it or nothing.
No, no.
But you'll see, yeah, take a look at this. This is kind of it's pretty impressive actually.
While you're pulling that up, you guys, tonight's beer, it's called Half Life, and it's brewed by the Manhattan Project Beer Company in Dallas. I know it's a little hard to see
Oh.
because of the lighting. It's basically a hazy IPA, and it's 6.2 alcohol by volume. It's kind of funny because on the back of the can it says pairs well with, like it's wine.
Oh, one
It
of those
says,
fancy things, huh?
well, I think they're doing this as a joke because it says it
Oh.
pairs well with lemon, sun, and fries. So I think they're trying to troll.
Yeah, that's goofy. I have
Yeah,
mint tea and a Tigger mug, so I'm good to go.
man, it ain't no Rumplemans. I've had this one before. It's just it was on hand, and I'm like, I need a good beer to drink for this because tonight could be a fun one.
Yeah, I
Oh,
guess you were telling me, I remember you mentioned this last year. And you mentioned, like you said, Hex 3000. I'm like, what's this vid? And then you're like, oh yeah, the anime girl with biddies doing so is this a tax prep software or is this what is this?
um, as you're about to find out, at the end of the day, this is simply a way for somebody to try to steal your data.
Okay, all right.
But it's ultimately a video game that's a very, very, very basic like tax prep software program because it basically says at the beginning, and I'll show you this when we walk through it. If you are anything except a single filer with no kit, you can't use it. Like you basically
Okay.
have to have the most basic tax situation imaginable in order to effectively play this game.
And
So
even even if you are that, and notwithstanding the stealing of your data, I would have a real hard time using a anime waifu tax prep software for my taxes. I don't think they exactly have the best and the brightest on making sure they're compliant with US tax code.
yeah, and when you see some of the data that they want you to put in there, just la di
Yeah.
da, like please enter this. You're gonna be like, oh yeah, anybody who actually goes ahead and enters that information is
Like your social
absolutely
security
stupid.
number?
That and worse. Let's not spoil it,
Really?
but worse, man. It
Okay.
gets
All right.
worse. Yeah.
All right. What
So,
let me ask you this as a general okay, so I was never like, oh man, the video games they need to have girls with tig old bitties. There was a video game, like a volleyball video game. There's a series of them actually where you play girls who were playing bikini volleyball.
yeah,
And I'm like, okay, I won't go that far, but I don't mind like Laura Croft, like way back in the day. Like,
yeah.
okay, you can have a little TNA in your video games. Well, I don't know if you've paid attention to video games, they have started purging attractive women characters out of the video games. And so now
Really?
you get oh yeah, you get these ugly, frumpy, you could tell they're self-inserts of the ugly women who may program or code actually or developers. It's just some hideously ugly women. And I'm thinking there's an opportunity here. What if you were to actually come up with like you get some real models or some really good graphic, you get some Tiggle base, but you have a legit tax prep software like Elkins Girls Tax Prep 2024. Like Wouldn't that bring some excitement to the accounting profession?
Oh yeah, man. I think you're gonna really get a kick out of this tonight because I think in some ways they were trying to make this like the prototype, like kind of the first generation of that. I mean,
Oh,
it's not a terrible idea. I mean, because if you can get anybody, I'm excited to do any taxes, but most people are not. They're like, it's a
yes.
trip to the dentist's office. If you can get anybody to be motivated to actually do it, which this may actually do once you see it,
Okay,
um,
alright.
it was a pretty decent idea.
I'll tell you
So
this, if our dental friend wasn't who he is, but was instead an attractive woman with big tits and red hair, I'd get my dental work done more willingly.
yeah.
Instead, we gotta go see our buddy, you know? And like, "Oh, your
Mhm.
face again. Oh, okay. Alright."
I will say, just on a more non-tax related thing, you and Atham and Great One and all these other guys are like, well, I played this video game, I played that video game. And I always feel
Mhm.
so left out because I just never really got into the video game things. I didn't have them growing up. So
Yeah.
this made me feel like a little bit, even to the smallest bit, a little bit part
Joining
of
the
the
club,
club.
huh? Oh,
Yeah.
boy. Well, do you have
Yeah.
any desire to play video like, nothing's stopping you from getting a PlayStation 4 and,
Oh no, I
picking up a
just
couple video games.
like, growing up abroad, it just there was really no opportunity to, and by the time we got to
Mhm.
college and I was playing, GoldenEye in the
On the
dorms
Nin
against other
yeah,
people.
okay, so you got a
Yeah,
you got a hit.
I did, I was so bad at it. I was like, "You know what? These guys had years on me playing video games." So I kinda got good at Street Fighter 2 about 10 years too late, but
Yeah.
yeah, that was it. Yeah.
Okay. Well, there's a
So
world I think you'd like more the meandering types that I like Ghost of Tsushima and Red Dead
mm.
Redemption, where you're not competing against anyone, you just get lost in a I think you should try video games again. Now I mean, you got months of free time interspersed, busy seasons, you're the perfect candidate for it.
Yeah, and, actually, that time I visited you and you were showing us the virtual reality thing, that seemed pretty
Oh, yeah.
cool. The golf game and everything that
Yep.
actually seemed pretty cool.
Oculus Quest, yep, I'm bringing
Oculus
that
Quest,
down to
yeah.
vet yep, yep. One of my favorite games is Pistol Whip, it's an older game, but you
Pistol
actually
Whip.
get a core workout because you gotta dodge bullets and jump and move and slide and
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Um, so yeah, we'll get to this, but first, I gotta tell you something about what happened today, only because I was listening to one of your earlier videos, I think it was, like, around lunchtime or something. Did you make it
Mhm.
to the gym today?
I made it I told you I did the gym and, hiking. I
Wow.
went for a 5-mile hike with, like, I think it was at probably at least 800-foot elevation gain, and then I went to the gym. I was a good boy today, I didn't have no carbs or nothing.
Where did you go hiking?
There's a hill called M Hill, you must have seen it, it's got a big M on it.
Mhm.
So you know how Rapid City is split between 2, there's the east and west side, and you go kinda through that pass,
Yeah.
because there's 2 mountains or hills that kinda pinch it off. That is the northern hill, and there's a ton of hiking trails up there. And
Okay.
so, I went into town and did that one and went to the gym, and then, yeah, no, I was that's why I'm tired. That's why I'm gonna probably go to sleep right after this.
So I was listening to one of your videos and I happened to be at the gym,
Mhm,
early in the day. And this happened and it made me think, what would Clary do in this situation? So the gym down here has this it's got a stretching area. I'd already done my workout, I did my lift, whatever.
mhm,
And, I'm in the stretching area where I have to be for, between 20 and 30 minutes each day. I have a herniated disc, blah, blah, blah. We're
oh,
not gonna get
okay,
into
yeah,
it, but I have to do a bunch of stretching, for that.
mhm,
So I get there and I'm about 5 minutes into it, and I'm just wondering if you've ever had this happen. You're at the gym or maybe you're in an airport or you're just somewhere where you're kinda confined to a space you have to be, and
yeah,
in walks somebody who is being in like, not talking on the phone, but playing, like, music really loudly without, like, earbuds or anything,
right,
and just being really, really, like, blatantly obnoxious about it, like, so loud you can hear because I had my
yeah.
AirPods on, and there
Younger
were 2.
person, I presume, or
I was gonna let you guess as to what
oh.
who this person was, gender, what they looked like. I mean, you can probably figure a lot of this
No,
out.
well, see, the problem is I run into that on the hiking trails in Nevada
Yeah, in
because
Nevada.
you will have now, but here I'm a little bit understanding because it's almost all well, no, it's not almost always. It always is Zoomer, younger millennial types, and they're always in
Mhm.
packs. Now, that being said, I sat and I thought about it. They're in a group and they all want to listen to music. And it's not like the 80s where they had the boom box and it's just obnoxiously
Mhm.
loud. They usually just got a phone. And I sat and I thought about like, okay, there's a group of people, they want to go hike. And so they got their music and it's not that loud. And I'm like, okay, so I kind of let it go. But if you're in a confined area, like the airport,
Yeah.
I'm but you're at a gym. See, the airport, you're at a gym, someone's going to the gym. What time of day was it?
This was probably about, let's see, got there this was probably about 11:15, 11:30.
In the morning?
Yeah, mhm.
Boy,
So, well, here,
well, let
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 me
me
help.
guess, let me guess. Don't let me
I
not
was gonna give
guess.
you some
I gotta
hints.
well, let me take a guess and you can give me one hint if I'm wrong.
Mhm.
Uh, my initial gut reaction, which is not informed by any logic or information that you've given me, I'm just gonna say it was a young black dude.
It was a female.
Okay, well, don't you see it? You're giving me two. Okay,
Well, I gotta correct you, man. It's either,
okay. You just say no, it's not, and then I got to guess again. All right. Can I do my second guess?
Yes, go ahead.
Karen. It's got to be Karen.
I could see this person being a Karen.
But
Now, but not, do you associate Karens with being older or younger? Are they not age discriminate?
no older. I would have assumed someone who goes to curves
Yeah,
and but
curves.
older,
Who
like
goes to
40
curves?
plus. That's what I would have assumed.
I think I was gonna say probably mid 30s, but yeah, probably it could have been 40.
Okay.
Um,
All right.
so you said curves. Why did you say that?
Because people who are fat are
Yes,
they
yes,
are fat because
yeah,
okay, let me how do I want to being fat, being rude, which is what playing music loudly is in confined
yes,
areas, and lack of self-awareness or others, that is all correlated with a lazy personality.
yes, 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 yes.
Lazy people are they're too lazy to hit the gym, they're too lazy to diet, they're too lazy to work hard, but they're also too lazy to develop a code of ethics on how you interact with other people.
Yeah,
And so I don't even think it was malicious. I think that that person was so lazy, they've never taken the time to be considerate of others. And so you said gym, hypocritical behavior. I am thinking an overweight person.
oh.
You said woman, but I was gonna go with the Karen because Karens are inconsiderate. So, but then once you confirmed it was fat, I'm like, yeah, and yeah, but that's why it doesn't surprise me that she was fat.
Well, if you're ready for me to tell you who this was,
Yeah, I'd love to know. Yeah.
okay. This was an extremely, extremely overweight woman. Like I said, probably like, mid to late 30s or something.
Mm.
Do you think that she was dressed appropriately, or do you think she was dressed in the
You
skimpiest, most
cannot you cannot be
disgusting?
dressed appropriately if you're fat. I'm going to guess also inconsiderate, perhaps even bragging that big was beautiful. So she probably had I'm gonna also guess I'm being serious. I'm sorry, lady, this is how it goes. I'm gonna guess she also stank.
Well, I wasn't that close
You weren't
enough,
that
thank
close. Oh, okay,
God.
well, I didn't know if you were pinned down or what. Huh?
But do you think she had a normal hair color? Probably a leading
Oh
question.
no, no. I mean, now that we're well, see, but that's not a Karen. A Karen is a middle-aged white woman that I guess you could have different races of Karen, but I think the white women have a lock on that
This is a
stereotype.
future
So
Karen,
is
if not current,
maybe
future
yeah,
Karen.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I can see it. Yeah.
So, there's me and there's two other ladies, us normal people. And again, this is a bit of a limited area where you can stretch
Mm.
in this gym, and we're all there to stretch. And so this big, fat, disgusting looking, I guess I won't call her a Karen, but she's got her, her phone, and it's just playing the loudest. If it's coming through your AirPods, it's too loud. It's like, the,
Oh
the
wait, did she
worst, like,
did she have AirPods in?
no, no,
She did. Oh, so this
I
is just her
did.
phone.
This is just
Okay,
her
all right,
phone, and that's kinda where I was going with this. I was like, okay, so there's those of us here, and I look to my left, look to my right, we've got our AirPods on, we're
right,
stretching. This whale, like, comes along, and it's man, if you can hear music through your own, like, earbuds, it's too fucking loud.
right,
So, she's just there, like, standing in front of the mirror, she has, like, a 3-pound weight or something, going like this, and me and the two ladies were this, we're like looking at each other like this is really obnoxious. Like, what the
Yeah.
fuck is this person doing? And so I look around and they look like they're waiting for me to do something. So let me ask you, how would you have handled this before I tell
I
you where
would
I
have
ended up?
stretched and I would have left the room and got my day on because
You
the
would have
2
just
women in your yeah, because the 2 women and anyone else in that gym is likely a Democrat. I'd be like, "Fuck you, you guys raise this person." I would not I'm not interjecting. I would just go and lift weights. Or if
you know
that
I'm in
gal was
Texas, right?
oh, I'm sorry. Oh, you're in Texas. Well, that would have influenced
Yeah.
my choices a little bit
Yeah, so
differently.
I'm still down
Oh, I
here.
thought you were in
Yeah.
Chicago. Yeah,
No,
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 that would
no,
have
no,
made the
no.
choices a little bit
Mm-mm.
different. Um, Texas, maybe a little bit different. Yeah, I probably would have. Like, what I probably me? Okay, because I don't live down there and it wouldn't matter. I'd be like, "What the fuck? Like, do you need some more attention at home? Like, what? We can't see you." I would really get in her face. Like, are you so ill raised by your dumbass folks that you think it's okay to blast your music like that? Like, because I would confront her, um, impolitely.
I started out politely.
And
I because the
how'd
2
that work?
ladies were kinda like imploring me to do something. So, you know,
Yeah,
I take off my AirPods, I interrupt my stretching, I go, "Hey, excuse me, the music's a little bit loud. Would you mind, you know, if you have AirPods or earbuds or
headphones
something,
or
would you
yeah.
mind putting them in?" And she goes, "Oh, I don't got none." You know, and I'm just
Okay,
like, "Okay, well, I mean, would you mind at least turning it down a little bit?" And she's like, "Okay." And so none of us ever actually saw her try to turn it down, and so we're
right.
still there trying to get our stretch on, and, um and so it's not happening, and finally, I went back up there after a few minutes. I'm like, "It's still really I know you said you would have been rude, but I was just like, can you please? This is really you're disturbing everybody here. Can you
Yeah,
please turn the music down?" And she just gave me the eye roll, and before I could do anything else, this is what was so funny. The woman to my left immediately, like, rolled her eyes, got up, stormed off, like, grabbed the manager by the arm and, like, you
really?
know, drug him,
Wow.
was like, and that's when the fat woman, like, waddled on off. You know, she saw the manager coming. So
Yeah.
it was actually a Karen. A Karen got the
Sort of, yeah,
manager.
Karen aligned with you, like, "Well, we joined forces with the communists in World War II, so,
Yeah.
it happens, it happens."
So that I had to mention that because I've never seen a Karen on Karen situation before until this morning.
Yeah.
So it was a rather interesting.
I think, have you ever ran into a loud, cackle of middle-aged women?
Mhm.
Like, drunk?
Mhm.
Yeah, I think there's some of that there too, where no man has an interest in them, and they're not as popular as they were in their 20s or teens or high school or whatever, and so they gotta let the world know that they're there.
Mhm.
I think that's probably it, but, you know what's great, Chad?
What's
Why
that?
tell me what's great about this story. Tell me about the solution to this tell me why the solution is great to this story.
Because they're just going to be miserable no matter what happens, whereas we get to just keep living our lives.
We get to live our lives, that fat gal wait, think about that. Do you think she was serious about diet and health and working out?
No, she wasn't
Okay.
doing anything. She was like, you know, in the mirror with these light ass weights, kind of going,
Yeah,
ugh, ugh, which I mean, you want
right.
to say good for her for being at the gym. I
No,
don't think
I
she
don't,
was
I
there to
want
actually
no,
work out.
no. Right, so she's wasting her time at a gym. She's probably
Yeah,
wasting her time on everything else. Do you think she's got, like, some $250,000 job
fuck no.
and, like, has a happy home and some guy
No.
goes back
There's
to
no guy. I mean, no, not this person. There couldn't. Nobody's that desperate. Mm-mm.
right, so there you go. That's
All right. We got some super chats, a few quick shout outs, and then let's get to this game because I think people really
okay, I
want to
wanna
see
play the
this.
game. I have a request, by the way, if you don't mind doing an asshole consultant request.
Sure.
It is accounting related, so I figure if I could have you, field it with me.
Is it something we could do very quickly, or you think it'll take a little time?
It'll take a little bit of time. I mean, not a
Little
lot, but
time.
let's go to your video game thing. People tuned into
Okay.
to anime biddies. They didn't tune into Aaron's questions.
Sure. Well, first things first, some shout outs in the chat. I probably missed all y'all, but you know, shout out to Phil, Nick is Steve, Righteous Minds Comedy. Real quick, Matt asks, there is actually an X-rated patch to this game we're about to play. Obviously,
Really?
yeah, we're not going to be indulging in that. Yeah, I confirmed that. When I read that, I was like, no, they're trolling. And then, yeah, there is.
Is it from the
So
original programmers, or did some nerds decide to make a patch for it?
It was available on the website, so I think it was the original
So it is
programmers.
the original. Okay, all right.
Yeah.
Porn
So
taxes. You gotta love it, man.
she's and hello to the real Uncle Hector. She was just listening to crappy techno, like just yeah. All right, let's get these.
Okay, Lord, for $5. I came in late, so I got to pay the cappy tax.
Yeah, well, you're right on time because we're about to get fun stuff.
Gigazerp, $2 officially a licensed CPA. When do I get the girls? When does an official say, like, how many minutes does it take for the girls to show up?
Well, first, congratulations on getting the CPA, but you ain't gonna get no girls because of it. I'm sorry to tell you that.
What? What?
Yeah, yep.
I thought you
I've had
guys
to
are just
rely on
swimming in it.
Clary. When you have to rely on Clary to meet women, you know
Oh
that your
yeah,
career ain't gonna do it.
it's pretty bad then. Yeah,
Yeah. Mm.
I have. I had two girls contact me very rarely, kind of a similar situation. One was like, I want to meet men, what can I do? And I said, send me some pictures, blah blah blah. Never heard from her again. And another one was like, oh, like, yeah, I heard you got some good quality man. I'm like, yeah, I do. Let me know where you live, send me some pictures. Never heard from her again.
Never
And
heard.
I am trying to evolve my reaction to this, to accept that girls are not that interested, but there's still a piece of me then saying, why the fuck did you ask? Why the
Yeah.
fuck do you waste? Just don't bother us anymore. Just go to a convent or live in the mountains or something, and don't even bother. Oh, how do I get the guys? It's like I'm not going to answer if you. It's just it's ridiculous.
I do remember for a short time, you really did make a concerted effort to start some kind of datings. You were trying to be a
Yeah,
matchmaker essentially
yeah.
with good intentions, and it just,
Marriage
yeah,
pimp. Yeah, it's like a dating pimp. Yeah.
yeah. Last one here. I know you know this dude.
Ray John, two Canadians. Elkins, get into gaming. You're missing out.
I do hear that. I hear that. I don't know. Do you? How many? If you can measure this, how many hours a week would you say you game or play video games?
Oh, 1 over the
Oh, is that
year,
it?
because yeah, well, I'll play like a game per year, but I'll wait till I have a slow season and I'll just bang it out. So it's like anywhere between 60 and 80 hours. So I guess maybe 1.5 per week, but
Okay.
that's amortized over 52 weeks. It's usually in the block of a month that I'll
Okay.
play it. Yeah, and then the rest of the season, no, I don't really play it. Then and the games are shit. There's some really bad games out there, so I gotta find one I like, and then I'll stick with it. But most games are just shit now.
I think Atham plays it maybe a little bit longer. A little more time with games, but
Yeah.
anyway. So let me set the table for y'all.
All right.
I got a comment just yesterday morning, and I want to make sure I give him credit. His name is Nandor Nagy. This was a comment off the stream we did last week about DEI,
Mhm.
and I'm going to read it verbatim. Quote, "Hey Chad, have you heard of the video game Tax Heaven 3000? I saw a video about it by the Lotus Eaters on YouTube, and I'd be interested in your first impressions of the game. Its premise is that a cute anime girl does your taxes for you." And so I had heard of this. It was over this past tax season. So we're talking, 6, 8 months ago. But I was just
Mm.
like too busy. So I didn't even think about it. And I totally forgot about it. And so this comment reminded me of it. And so I went ahead and played around with it yesterday. And I was like, you know what? I think people are going to enjoy this. And that's why when we talked yesterday, I was like, let's do a walkthrough of this.
I'm all for it. Now, did you have to download and install it? It's an online game.
You do have to download and install it. And yes, I made sure I ran that through every,
I was about to say.
malware, virus. Yeah, believe me, I did. I was very careful about that. But yeah, so let me go ahead and get this started. This should work technologically, sharing screen and everything, because I did a run through. So bear with me while I get it up and running here. It takes just a second to load. Okay. Now I'll share the screen, present, entire screen.
How are the graphics on this game? Are they pretty sweet?
Okay. They're pretty basic, as you're about to find. So, can you see, Clara? You can see the
I
game,
can
right?
see it. Love
Yeah.
and taxes
Okay.
forever, my heart. This is great. This is great.
Well, let's go ahead and skip the intro here.
Well,
And
wait,
yes, the
skip the
music
intro.
is
What? Okay.
well, the intro is just, this is who the game is by, blah blah blah. So, so let's do a new game here, okay?
New game.
New game. All right, now I know who I want to name ourselves, but Claire, I'm going to let you decide who do we want to
Is it
be.
going to be Atham Clary or Aaron Eldecua?
I want to at least have the first name be Atham. Now I'm going to pick the middle name, which is going to be Akil. And yeah, I was going to use your last name, but I feel like I'll let you pick the
How about,
last name.
well, no, Atham will have married Lizzo by this time, and he'll take her name because he's a modern, sensitive man. Call him Atham Lizzo.
Atham Lizzo. Okay, I like that. Okay. Atham Lizzo. You guys in the chat, just because I'm not sure, can you hear anything on this? Because I think there's music playing, but anyway.
I can't hear the music. Oh, you have to share the music, but are you sure you want to do like you sometimes with these videos you have to give permissions to StreamYard to share sound?
Oh, let's not. Yeah, then I
Okay,
think you can
good.
just
That's
see it.
fine. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Okay, so we'll just do this. So there's no sound. I'll just take the music off my end. Okay. There's really annoying music, guys. You're not missing much.
Okay.
So okay. So the premise of this is that Atham he's just moved into a new apartment in a new city. Okay.
Okay. All
So
right.
he's like, oh, where we go? I'm officially moved in, then moving, blah, 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 moved in, you can see all this.
There's a story
So
behind this.
yeah, but this is just, you don't
Okay.
really need these details. He's basically just saying, this spring could be a fresh start. I'll be more organized, happier, and maybe I'll find that special someone.
Oh, the special
Hint,
self. There's
hint.
a romantic plot. Okay. All right.
Little
That's excellent
foreshadowing
writing.
here.
Yeah, excellent
Yeah,
writing. He
excellent
must have made
writing.
the latest Marvels movie.
So Atham says, I might as well walk around and get to know the town a little bit, okay?
I
So,
agree.
and here, I need to grab a pencil to fill out some final paperwork for my lease. So he wants to go to a stationery store, okay? So what does he do? He goes to a stationery store.
Well, this is in Japan.
You know what?
So
I
we
don't
have
think
US
we need.
this is US taxes in Japan. Look at that. That's not the United States. That's Japan.
Now it doesn't look like the United States to me, but let's just pretend
No.
like it is, okay?
Okay.
So
All right.
yeah. So he's saying it's not the biggest town in the world, but there's always something to do for walkable infrastructure. Wow, this really probably isn't in the United States. There's a cute cafe, streets seem pretty lively, business district. Here's the stationery store. It has
All
a
right.
cute mascot, kind of a rabbit. I know, this is what I was telling you. You got to skip through all this.
Oh, yeah, I
So,
think you're rushing through it too fast. I want to know the details. Oh my God, a redhead randomly approaches him. Oh my God.
and so he runs into Iris here. Oof, just like kind of runs into her. Okay.
Yeah.
Next. Atham says, "Yikes! I was so caught up trying to decipher the contents of this whatever little store that I
Heidi?
wasn't paying." Yeah, it's Japanese. So I wasn't paying attention to where I was going, and now I've bumped into. Are you okay? This incredibly cute girl.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, look at that. So Iris says, I'm so sorry. I didn't see you there. You're not hurt, are you? And so Atham says, yeah, looks like I'm fine.
Doing that Japanese thing. That means the girls are bashful or shy when they put it together like that.
Is that what that means? See, I just don't play enough video games, clearly.
Yeah, watch more anime. We gotta get you up to anime and video games.
Mm-hmm.
And not the sucky kind of anime, which is most of them. So
at least I knew what a waifu was. Hold on. I'm just doing a test here. Where's the homeless and human feces? I want to see if I can put that up. Yeah. So this girl appears to have swiped Anthem to the right.
oh.
So Atham says, it looks like I'm fine. Okay. Okay. Next. But hang on. How about as an apology, you tell me your name?
Atham is smooth. He's very smooth.
Isn't he smooth? He gets even
Very
smoother, as you're
okay.
about to see.
Okay. All right.
And so she goes, "Ha ha, my name is Iris. What's yours?" And Atham says, "I'm Atham. I just moved here." Oh, really? So Atham, you're a US resident. Okay.
Yeah, US for sure.
Who the fuck asks that as a first
That
question?
happens all the time when I approach women in the street. They ask me if I'm a US resident.
So let's go ahead and just say, I sure am. So you click next. This girl makes a weirdly nationalist first impression. That's Atham's observation. And so he says, "Say, you were just coming out of this store when you bumped into me, right? Is this a stationery store? I need to buy a pencil." Who the fuck needs to buy a pencil? But anyway,
Dude, you know what that sounds like? Do you know what that sounds like?
what?
One of Roosh V's old classic pickup lines, like, "Where's the pet store? Can you tell me where the pet
Where the
store
pet
is? I need to
store
go
is?
buy."
I remember that.
Yeah, that was
Yeah.
his old line. Yeah, yeah.
Can you direct me to the pet shop? Yeah. So Iris says, "Ooh, Atham, do you like stationery? I have a little notebook that I write everything down in." Yeah, sure. Everybody walks around with that. Iris says, "What I did today, new things I learned, cute people. Well, anyway, it's like a second memory. Here, these are for you." And she gives him,
Oh,
yeah, isn't that sweet?
it's got a
Um,
little heart on it there. That's very cute. Yeah.
So Atham says, "This is a really fancy technical pencil and super cute eraser. I don't think I've ever put this much thought into choosing a writing instrument in my life." Writing instrument. Um, "I've tested a lot of writing supplies, and these are my favorites. You never know when you'll need a good pencil, Atham. Maybe you want to write down your okay. Maybe you want to write down your social security number or give someone your phone number." So already I'm kind of like, okay, yeah.
This is a very aggressive woman.
Seriously, "Thank you, Iris," says Atham. So Iris says, "It's so exciting to move to a new town. I'd be happy to show you around and maybe talk some more. If you're not too busy, that is." And Atham, quote, "I know it's tax season, so some people are. So who says that? Besides me." But
What I
anyway,
love about the writing, what I love, you ever see Baby Driver?
no, what's that?
It's a movie about it's fiction because it's about a millennial who knows how to drive standard transmission and well. He's like the
Mm.
getaway kid, but he's got autism. And what I love, I mean, it has to work this way for the software to work software. But in Baby Driver, there's a love interest, but the woman does all the work. Like, and
Mhm.
I started watching. I'm like, there, no girl would ever come up to him and just start hitting on him like that. And they like had it's kind of the same thing. Here we have a gal offering us a pencil, telling us everything about, yeah, you never know. You need a pencil like an umbrella. And oh my God, what's your phone number and social security number? So there's a little bit of Baby Driver. I think it might even be the same writers that did this software.
Well, you ain't seen nothing yet, at least in
Oh,
terms of this
okay.
game. So, Atham says, "I'd love that," and she goes, "Okay, I need to get back to work. How about getting coffee tomorrow, 12:30? Okay, I'll
See,
meet
she's
you."
already asking him out. That happened in Baby Driver too. This is bullshit. This doesn't happen. This okay.
Or she's just after his data. Wink, wink.
Could be. Could be.
So Atham says, "Lucky, I can't believe I bumped into this super cute girl outside a stationery store, and on my first real day in town. Voila."
Oh,
Uh-oh.
424.
Wait. At 4:24 a.m. Did she say tax season? Dun dun dun. So Atham says, "It's almost April 18th and I haven't done my taxes." So just
Oh, yeah.
that was the filing day this past year, April 18th.
No.
He goes, "Ugh, now's not the time to worry about it, but I'll have to deal with that soon. Soon." Um, so, in any case, I've got a date with a cute girl to look forward to. At least I think it's a date. At least, yeah, we'll
Oh,
see about
yeah.
that. Um, so we get to the following day. So we're back. Atham says, "I needed a good rest after unpacking all day yesterday." So we go next. "What now? I told Iris I'd meet her for coffee. Better get going." So into the coffee shop we go. Here's the local coffee shop. It's cute. Is it like Perky Cups? Is that what the name of the place in
No, Perky
where you
Cups
live?
is it's a kiosk. You drive past, it's all
Oh,
drive
right,
through.
right.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
Perky Cups. This looks more like
a real coffee shop.
yeah, it looks like a real coffee shop.
Okay. Nothing too fancy going on here with their coffee offerings, but definitely a step above your average chain. Hey, Atham, over here! Iris is waving at me enthusiastically from the corner table. I recognize her little notebook on the table. She really must take it everywhere. I got here a little early, tee hee. I'm glad you came. It's so exciting to meet a new person in a new place, don't you think? Especially especially when you're single. Well, actually, Atham, are you filing singly or jointly on your 2022 federal tax
Just
return?
kidding.
It's so contrived, isn't it? And then so actually you'll like this next part. Check this out. Is she trying to ask whether I'm single or not? This is a weird way to do it, but I guess I'm not in a position to judge the first person I bet into a new town. So watch this.
Yeah.
Let's say that Atham says that he's married and filing jointly. What do you think is going to happen if you say that?
She's not gonna be interested because she can't do his taxes. It can only be the simplest of taxes.
So, oh, I see. You already have someone in your life. She looks away. Maybe I had the wrong idea, Atham. I'm looking for someone special and thought, well, maybe it's we better if we go our separate ways. And then so the game is over,
Wow.
but they let you replay the previous question in case
Oh, okay.
you want to think about
All
that a
right.
little bit
Yeah,
more.
sure.
So we're gonna do one more thing. We're gonna say I'm single but filing as head of household, meaning you have a kid. You think
Kid. Okay.
Iris wants to deal with a
Oh God,
kid?
Iris wants nothing to do with that. Oh.
I see, Atham, and you have a qualifying child or dependent. That's the only way that you'd qualify as head of household. That's right. I have a qualifying child or
Don't answer that,
dependent.
Atham. Don't answer.
Oh,
Oh
you
no.
do? I'm sorry, Atham, but I think that's a little bit more than I bargained for. I'm not ready to see someone who has dependence tax
Tax
implications,
implications.
let alone the dependents themselves. And so now we'll
Game
answer
over. All right.
correctly.
So I
Yeah,
got
I
to
just
keep
want to.
guessing. I got to guess more about my tax information.
So we'll just say that you're single. So Athens finally answering correctly that
All
he's
right.
single. Oh, I mean, only if you want me to. You know, we could compare notes as we go. She was saying, "I'll help you with your taxes."
That's
And
awfully nice of Iris.
Iris seems a bit flustered by her own sudden rush of enthusiasm. I'm not sure if it's my first choice of activity, but I could use all the help I can get when it comes to taxes. Quote, no dependence. Atham, you come without any strings attached then. Ha ha. I'm also doing my best to avoid any complicated situations. Yeah, like tax returns.
Mhm.
How old are you, Atham? Let's just do a fake date. I don't know. Oh, they want it in this format. One. Again, they're trying to steal your data, ladies and
Yeah.
gentlemen. 35, huh? I see. What if we got to know each other's financial situation a little bit better, Atham? If that's not a come online, then I don't know what is.
I have never had a woman so interested in my real life as this fictional person. This is
Atham's not suspicious enough of this. For 20 this for 2022, what types of income did you have? There are lots of types. So maybe the easiest thing to do is just look at the forms you have received. So I'm just going to say W2,
now. What happens if you select 1099? Are they not able to do it because that would require a Schedule C?
So the four that they list here, the 1099-G, which is for unemployment, the Social Security, and the interest, the
Mm.
program will allow you to do these four. But if you do any other form, she's basically going to be like, well, that's a little too complicated for me. So I'm
Okay,
kind
so
of
then
trying to
it's
save us
so
time.
then the game
Yeah.
ends and you got to select. Okay, all right.
Yeah. So
Well,
let's
I got a
just keep it.
question. Let me ask you this. Let's say I make tens of millions of dollars,
Mhm.
but I use this tax heaven 3,000 to do my taxes. If I get audited by the IRS because I have no tax liability, according to Iris, can I show that Iris said that I had no tax liability? Will that fly in a court?
So it said at the very beginning of the game, this is for entertainment purposes only, even though
Oh,
they give
okay.
you a way to actually file the return, because remember, they're trying to steal your data.
Not
Yeah. So we'll continue. We'll just say W2, let's just keep it simple because we got to keep the game going. And she says, got it. I think I can handle you, Atham.
oh.
Hee. Isn't it great to meet people who are in a place in their life similar to yours? Of course, anyone can relate to anyone, but there's a certain chemistry that exists when your situations are similar. Wouldn't you say, Atham? So what do you think Atham's going to say on this one?
He's gonna have to say yes.
Iris sure has a certain starry eyed energy about her, but I understand that feeling. When you don't have a lot of pre existing attachments in life, it can be easy and enjoyable to try new things. Iris, you keep asking me about my financial situation. How about you? What do you do for work? I work in the library. I love being surrounded by books all day.
She
I
does
can learn
not look like a
so much.
librarian. I
Yeah,
don't
she
see
got the
librarians look.
glasses. She got
Yeah, that's
glasses.
about it. I mean, and then I guess the pink hair. I guess librarians today have pink hair.
We might have to skip through some of this because just her blathering, like how
Yeah,
yarn
let's
is
go. Yeah,
made,
let's. I want to. Yeah,
blah, 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 blah. Yeah. Iris seems to realize she's waxing on a bit naturally by growing up and not reading. Still, she smiles happily. She really does seem to enjoy this thought. Why don't you come find me there sometime? I'm usually at the desk writing in my notebook when I'm not off in the stacks someplace. It's also nice and private most of the time. Atham says not necessarily the first place I'd go to hang out, but
right.
he's going to do it anyway because he wants to see her again.
Well, he
So,
wants to
and
get
that
his taxes done too. Yeah.
I think he's more interested in getting laid. But anyway,
What will
um,
his wife Lizzo think about that?
Lizzo. Quote, I guess you could say I'm an analog girl at heart, which that doesn't. Anyway, you don't let your finances get too digital, do you, Atham? Did you say? Did you sell, trade, gift, or receive any cryptocurrency in 2022? She just came right out with that, didn't she? I guess yeah, I guess I don't mind too much if you just own some though. You have to say no because again, the game will end if you
She's
say
very
yes.
limited. Yeah.
So yeah. Oh, you seem pretty savvy. So glad you aren't taken in by. So glad you aren't taken in.
Wow.
Yeah, I
Wow.
thought
We
that
have
was a bit of a strong comment.
little bias here at Tax Haven 3000.
So let's go next. Atham, it's really nice to talk to you. I have a good feeling about the two of us. Hey, will you give me your phone number? So obviously we'll give a fake number here. This is also you can't file your tax return without putting your phone number on it.
Sure.
So, and again, they're trying to steal your data. Fake data. Iris puts her phone number, one of those people who uses her forefinger instead of her thumbs to type on a phone. Atham, will you give me your email too? Yeah.
Atham's a douche at yahoo.com.
There we go. Iris is an exceptionally odd conversationalist, but her earnest enthusiasm is charming, despite the fact that she has an acute interest in my tax status.
So here's my question. This obviously it's for fun, but they are sure taking a long ass time to get to the tax. Like, what if she was just a CPA? Come to my office and fill this in, and then every time you filled in an answer, she'd I don't know get a sexy hat or something.
You're going to find that we're going to be skipping a little bit more as
Oh,
this goes
okay, because
forward because they're trying to prolong the game, but there's some good parts of this I want you to see.
okay, all right.
So the date ends, got to run, see you tomorrow, come by the library. Up and at 'em. Today's another lovely day. The fact that I still haven't started my taxes this year is nibbling at the back of my mind, but the sun is shining and I'm meeting Iris at the library. So we'll go to the library.
All right.
We'll have to probably skip through some of this. Basically, he goes
Yeah.
to the library, et cetera, et cetera. Now to figure out where Iris is, he can't find her. There's an assistant with a book, doesn't see Iris. Her notebook is sitting there. Should I peek at it? Um, just say no. I did yes, and it was a waste of time. So just say
Okay.
no.
All right.
But maybe just a little peek. No. What if I'm interested? God.
Wait.
So
So
they
you
don't even
have
look.
to. Oh,
You
you have to
have to
look no
look.
matter what. Okay.
Yeah, I didn't realize that. So we look at it. It's her writing all kinds of bullshit, day to
Middle
day
schooler's
activities.
book.
Yeah, etc. So Atham Akil Cafe, because remember, he put his number in her phone and she put cafe because that's where she
Hmm.
met him. So cafe is not his last name. So we have to confirm the last name.
Wow, they want you to confirm your data.
Yeah, and that's something.
Wow.
What did we
Wow.
say it was? Lizzo? Lizzo,
Lizzo.
right?
Wow.
Lizzo. So yeah, should I keep looking at this? Let's close it. Um,
Do we know who made this
So the long
software?
and short of it, Atham get Oh, yeah, yeah, I looked it up. It's on Wikipedia. They
Oh,
made a
okay.
bunch of other software games. They're actually
Alright.
Brooklyn-based, believe it or not.
Oh, okay. Alright, they're
So
not in
anyway,
Shenzhen, China.
right. So
Mm.
Atham thinks he's gotten stood up, so he gets a text message and she goes, "Atham, sorry I got stuck doing some work at the library archive." And she gives him a little kissy face. You see there right there? So, well, at the very least I was able to edit my information in her diary. So this whole thing was just to confirm your last name.
Wow.
And you see why we have to skip through some of this?
Mhm.
So we've been on one date, but we don't have a tax refund yet.
We got
Atham, I'm
4
sorry.
more dates?
We'll go through them
Alright.
quickly. Atham, I'm so sorry I missed you yesterday. Do you want to meet me at the cafe? I've been looking forward to seeing you again. Or I've got to run an errand at the library. You could keep me company. So you say yes. We go to the cafe, or actually, no, we go to the office because that's how you skip through this. Like you go to the office. So this is her. You asked about a CPA office, okay? So
Yep.
here we are. Hey, Atham, over here. I don't have to go to the branch office very often. I don't like the atmosphere. Thanks for keeping me company. This is just a description of the place, cubicles, copy
Mhm.
machine, yada, yada, yada. Uh-oh, the copy machine isn't working.
Oh,
Atham,
no.
can you help me fix this? Actually, Claire, you're going to like this part. Way to put me on the spot, Iris, fixing a photocopy. So watch this. So
Okay.
what do you think is going to happen if I put print previous?
It's gonna be ass cheeks.
I think Iris's ass cheeks are being copied on the copier.
Iris
Oh.
has a lot of clients, it seems.
Mhm, mhm, mm. So anyway, printer interface, yada, yada, yada.
You get the
Oops.
troubleshooting.
Yeah, I meant to do that. Well, Atham, you're very technical. Here, this is really frustrating. You just have to keep skipping through this because
Uh, I'm kinda curious how they, um like, this is awfully laborious for a spoof. Like, I don't know who's got the time. If they were really thinking that this is gonna be a software that they could get taxes done, this is awfully quite long.
it is. And that's why when I told you yesterday when we chatted, I was like, we're going to have to skip through some of this text. And so that's why we're doing it.
Yeah.
Um, Well, Atham, you fixed the copier machine, etc. I feel like I'm hyperventilating. This is the kind of flow state. Blah blah blah. Yeah. All right. Okay. The first thing we're gonna need is a document to test with. I know, Atham. Let's use your W-2. So do you
Yeah,
have one?
sure.
So I'm basically she wants us to upload a W-2. Okay.
Okay.
So just to show you how dedicated I am to this game and doing this,
You actually upload a PDF W-2?
I created a fake W-2 using my payroll tax program, my software, just to make sure we could get through this. And so I'm going to
Wow.
upload a W-2. So let's, oh, there it is. Tax
Such
haven.
functionality.
So you see W-2. I'll
Yeah.
upload the W-2. Again, very fake. So I've just submitted a W-2 to a complete stranger online. So we've got the W-2. Come on over here, Atham, so we can look at these prints. It's okay, silly. That's better. What was your total taxable income in 2022 as reported on the W-2? So I'm just going to put, 69,000. You've been working hard, Atham. Let's make sure we've got your withheld income tax. That should be on box 2. So I'm just going to put 10,000. We're just making up numbers. All right, that seems clear. In addition, how much Social Security tax was withheld from your income on this W-2? So whatever. I'm just going to put, 3,000. Yeah. Got it. Hee hee. Let's promise not to withhold anything from each other, okay? Get it? Withhold. Atham, is there a code? No. Now, did you have that's the last W-2. I'm always looking for ways to make a little more on the side. Did you have any household employees? We're just going to skip through all of this, okay?
Alright.
Other sources of income. No other sources of income, no social security, and no more unemployment. Remember, these are the only forms you can actually use for this game.
Okay.
So, yeah, so all done. That's more copying. Iris leans on my shoulder. It's getting later in the day, and the light in the office is starting to dim. Thanks for coming with me today. I don't like being places like this, but with you, I feel a little bit better. Wonder what bad memory is, I'm skipping through this.
Yeah,
Hey,
no,
promise me something. Don't use corporate tax software, okay? This is Iris saying this. And so Iris is making it sound serious. He's saying, I promise not to use it. And she says, and I'm glad I was able to help you out. So that's it. So you see how we're down to
2 out of
dates.
4, and we got a refund. It tracks kind of like TurboTax.
Well, it says tax is owed, even though you're going to be doing
Tax
a
is owed. Yeah.
refund. Yeah, you have to go through 2 more dates. So let's go back to the cafe. We can do this one quickly because I know this is getting a little long-winded. Calm. It looks great. He'll get something to drink.
Well, there's another gal here.
Yes, and so we'll get something for Iris. We'll get her a latte. Actually, she seems like a pumpkin spice type gal. I'll get your drinks and bring it over when you're ready. Have a seat by the window. Oh, Atham, you beat me here. I hope I didn't make you wait. She's on time. I got here a little faster than I expected to. I'm still learning the town. Of course. Say, Atham, I was wondering, where do you live? Now, why would she ask me that?
Well, because you need to, the IRS requires your mailing address.
Exactly.
Right.
So we'll put 69 North Rapid City Avenue. Rapid City, South Dakota. Give me a random South Dakota zip code. I'm not even sure we need one.
57709 is downtown.
57709. Okay.
Yeah.
Say, Atham, is that drink for me? It's a pumpkin spice latte. Thank you, Atham. I'm glad you could come meet me, Atham, but are you fully independent? So you just say, yeah. You see, I'm kind of flattered that Iris is so interested in the details of my personal life situation, but her bluntness of inquiry is unlike anyone I've ever met. Somehow she makes even noisiness seem charming. And what do you do for a living? I'm going to say my job. I am a
gay dancer.
Dildo tester.
Oh, that's right. That's right. I forgot.
Yeah. So Atham's a dildo tester. Iris P leans in.
Can't imagine why your dad doesn't tune into the show. I have no idea.
Wait till he sees this. I'm going there for Christmas. I'm going to show him this. You've got a very nice face, Atham. I could look at you for hours. How's your vision? This is actually a legitimate question to do your taxes. If you were blind, you get extra things. So you say, no, I was not legally blind. Yeah. I heard someone say the eyes are the windows to the soul. So I've been trying to see if that's true. I like looking at you and feeling like I'm memorizing you. Do you also like the...
I got a question. What? Okay, so they just assume that the people using this software are guys, right? Is there going to be a female version where there's a handsome fellow, like a male Iris?
That's actually a good question, because when I looked on the website for this, they had a male character that was in this role.
Okay.
But when I was playing around with it, and I was like, because I did want to see if I get it to do that, so I used a name like Jane, at the beginning. It kept coming back to Iris here, so maybe you have to download a different version or something. But I could never not get it to be a male-oriented game. So, do you like that feeling, Atham? I think it's okay to get personal. How about we tell each other a secret? Okay, you go first. Atham, what's your social security? Stealing your data, folks. Stealing your data.
You think?
Yeah.
Just maybe?
Clary, it gets worse. So obviously we'll do a fake social security number.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
773 73.
Wait, now hold. What if that's actually somebody's social security number?
Oh, well,
why don't you do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5?
Yeah, I guess we could do that. You can't have a social security number with all the same. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Anyway, that'll be fine. There's something about you that makes me feel you're very trustworthy, Atham. I hope you feel the same way. Hang on, Iris. You need to tell me a secret, too. This is the lamest freaking secret imaginable. A secret. She stares. She looks haunted. Don't ever get involved with TurboTax, Atham. They're dangerous. I was like, okay, yeah.
Yeah, Tax Haven 3000 is perfectly fine and safe. Mhm.
Tax heaven. As quick as it came, the moment is gone. He said came. Iris tips her head and is back to her usual bubbly self. Oops, I didn't mean to get so serious, Atham. Don't mind me. I'll tell you a simpler secret. How about I've never been on an airplane before? Tee
Wow,
hee.
zany.
I'd like to travel someday, but I don't have a. Well, anyway, I don't understand. Is she on the run? I know she wanted to share secrets, but I feel like we're only scratching the surface. It's really easy to talk to you, Atham. I'm glad we can be so honest with each other. Let's go out again. So you see how this is the end of date number
Date
3. So
3,
we're getting
okay,
close,
yeah,
right?
I don't like Iris. She's a very, very tiring date.
Seriously. Why don't you come see me at the library? There's something I want to do for you. I promise I'll be there this time. We're gonna have to skip through this one, Claire, because it's kind of like so see how we're getting a refund
Okay,
now?
we're getting a refund, yep.
So you see how we're not quite ready to go to Iris's house? We have to
Oh,
do
that's not
this.
okay, I gotta do alright, alright.
That's oh my goodness. Atham, you are the star of
Oh,
this video game because well, you're gonna see that we named the character that's pursuing this waifu Atham. So we'll go back to the library. We'll skip through this. Um, I'm getting a little bit of deja vu. Do. So you have to do this whole song and dance again. Oh, hello, Atham. Yes, I've been waiting for you. I said I wanted to do something for you. Well, we're secluded behind the bookshelves. It's very warm in the library. Uh-oh. Why
oh,
don't you
no.
why don't we see if you qualify for any tax credits? Sure, Iris. Don't worry, Atham. I'll guide you through it. I think you're pretty smart, Atham. I'd love to learn more about your educational background. This is to see if you get any education credits. I'm just gonna
Ah,
skip through it because
alright.
yada 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 yada. Check on a few other things. I know you said your occupation is dildo tester, right, Atham? But just to check, I'm sorry, Atham. I didn't think you'd be showing up. But anyway, but just to check, just in case, are you a qualified educator? No, because you get the education 250 thing. So we'll say no. Well, it's good to check. I'll be your student sometime. I'll bet you could probably teach me a thing or two. Tee hee. Next question, Atham. Did you make any contributions to basically IRAs? So we'll just say no. I'm thinking I'm asking too many questions. It's better to check than to miss something, right? Let's keep checking for a few more deductions, qualified student loan
Yeah.
payments. Yeah, student loans. That covers everything. You're very organized. Speaking of which, did you make any estimated payments? No. What about any amount that you carried forward? No. He's no Aaron Clary.
Mm.
Say, Atham, I didn't really just want to talk to you about tax credits. Sometimes I get nervous and I just default to things that are familiar. Iris takes a deep breath. She hasn't planned what to say next. Why don't we meet in my room next time?
Oh my god, Atham's
Uh-oh.
gonna get lucky.
Yeah, see, I thought so too, but I guess we'll find out. So we've done all of our dates. So we're
Mhm.
getting our refund. And now we're going to go to Iris wanted to take things to the next level in our relationship. Am I ready for
What was the
that? All
first
right.
level? What level was he at? Rando
He
on the
wasn't at
street? That you
basically, and remember, this has been over a period of like what, 2 days, 3 days.
Yeah, yeah.
So now we're finally going to go to Iris's house and let's see if we can get let's see if we can get laid. Says I should be ready for some real commitment before I go here. So we're in the bedroom. Um, Iris's house is on a quiet street, a bit off the main part of town. I can feel that it's a well-loved space, comfortable chairs, flowers, bed. Iris looks lovely in the warm sunset light streaming through the window. Hi, Atham. She glances away bashfully before looking back at me. I'm so happy you came. I've been looking forward to this moment for so long. What, like 2 days?
48 hours. Yeah,
I
what?
know.
These guys have see, if you could have sold me that this was written in Japanese and a shit ton was lost in translation, this was written by a bunch of guys in Brooklyn. Like, who, what? You could tell they never dated. I,
Basically, yeah.
yeah.
And yeah, she's a psycho, Atham, and she's trying to take all of your identifying information. Um, I wasn't sure if no, never mind. Atham, there's something I need to tell you. It's kind of embarrassing to say it out loud, but I put together your whole tax return. I don't know if you realized it, but I wanted to do something for you, and taxes are one of the only things I feel confident about. So
Well,
trust me, that line never works,
I,
folks.
I was about to say she's more skilled
Yeah,
than your average college graduate then. So it's
that's true. I hope you don't think this is weird, but maybe we could go over your federal filing together and review it before you send it to the IRS. Okay.
does she
Ever
do
since we
state?
no, no, this is only
Oh, all
federal.
right, all right, all right.
Plus, if this is in South Dakota, then
We go right to the smashing.
exactly. Ever
Mhm.
since we first met 2 days ago, I haven't been able to get you out of my mind, Atham. Why don't we start at the beginning? We can double check all the information in your return to make sure it's correct. Do you remember the day we met? I'm just gonna power through this. It's the
All
same
right,
shit.
same
Yeah.
stuff.
Is all the information correct? Confirm. Dildo tester, social security number. That's all the income, household wages, all that stuff. Confirm, 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 confirm. I know so much about you now, Atham. I'm so glad that we've been able to open up to each other. For the moment we met, I started to keep notes about your finances. I just knew we were meant to be together, filling out this return. And guess what, Atham? It looks like you overpaid your federal income
Oh
taxes in
boy. Oh,
2022. All right. Oh, Claire, you're gonna like this next part. I think it's gonna make you laugh. Based on my calculations, you'll get a tax refund of $2,046. How much would you like to get refunded to you? So if you say all of it,
all of it. Okay.
let me set up direct
Really?
deposit for your return, Atham. It's
Wow.
the fastest and easiest way to get
Wow.
that money. So they don't even give you an option in this game to say, no, have the IRS mail me a check.
Mail me a
You
check.
have to give them your routing and account number.
Wow.
So
Has anyone gotten hoodwinked? I mean, I know you got to be spectacularly stupid, but have these guys been investigated? I mean, they can't possibly.
I was looking for that. So just to confirm, there's no bank that has this route number.
Okay.
Just,
All right.
I actually looked for that because I was sure that somebody had like fallen for this, but I couldn't find any publications on it. I couldn't find any headlines. So she says, I've noted that all down in my little book, Atham. I'll always cherish these pages that I've had with you. Let's look over these final few pages. Are you ready to go all the way? All the way. I hope you're feeling good about finishing everything, Atham. I'm so happy that you're here with me right now. So we confirm all of this shit. And that just about wraps it up. There's only one thing left to do, Atham, and your 2022 federal tax return will be complete. After you print your return, make sure to sign the physical copy. Then it will be complete and ready to send. So you can actually, he's just saying, I love getting to know her and our relationship will deepen. So you can actually download this. I did it earlier today. And
Hmm.
it basically it's a tax return. It is they do the tax return for you and they tell you where to mail it. But the fact that you're mailing a tax return and putting your banking information on it just it's real evidence that they're just stealing your data. So
I
okay,
but did these people put the real like who's the company that did are there real people involved? Like who these people are? I'm surprised their data is public.
I found it on Wikipedia is the best I can tell you. I mean, it is
Okay.
a software company based in Brooklyn. Like I don't think they're like consciously like we're going to steal everybody's data, but what I'm saying is that like when you type all this information into a program like this, you're just leaving it out there.
Yeah.
So
And
TurboTax
I don't trust their software security to handle any of this. Um
exactly.
it,
So basically Iris is saying this is my first time completing a tax return with someone too. She's acting like she's going to have sex with Atham, but
yeah, well
don't
hang
worry.
on. They're doing that. Okay, download the tax returns, all right?
So Iris is saying, "We'll do it together at whatever pace you're comfortable with." So there's all this like sexual innuendo that's about filing your taxes. Ready? This may take a second. It's a lot of pages after all. And so yeah, you download it and then that's fine.
So he has a degree, Masters of Fine Arts at the University of Oregon. The guy who runs this company,
Oh, you
Josh
looked him up.
Wardle. Yeah, and he's software engineer, artist, product manager. I don't know if he really is a programmer. Brought up organic livestock that attended, earned a degree in media arts. Then he got a master's in fine. I guarantee you, he's not a programmer. This is, I think even I could do this. Isn't this just a bunch of pictures and some prompts?
Basically.
Yeah.
Um, but I did see that they had all these other games. Obviously, I don't know what the games are, but it did seem at least semi legit in terms of a company. But yeah, anybody who did this is just retarded. So Iris says, "I'll also hold on to a copy for you in case you need it, Atham." Yeah, because it's got all your info on it. But you should make sure to keep a copy on hand for future reference. I've included a note for you that lists the correct IRS mailing address. Don't forget to sign your return. Iris's hand is warm against mine. My tax return is complete and ready to go, but she makes no move to stop holding
Oh,
hands.
poor Atham. He's about to get raisined.
Iris pauses. She seems to be choosing her next words carefully. Atham, I guess now your taxes are all done, but I still want to see you again. Somehow I'm happier than I've been in a long time. I'm in love with you,
Oh,
Atham.
wow, love. This went quick.
2 days. Wow, she moves
Wow.
fast. I love bro, Atham, get the F out of there. I'm in love with you, Atham. Iris,
Atham
I
gets
feel
all
the
the love.
same way. No,
Oh,
Atham, you
Atham,
don't
boy, Atham
don't
ordered to
don't
stay.
say that. I was gonna say that like Atham would never say that. He's saying just F me, but don't love me, you know?
Right. Lust, not love.
Lust. So well, at least in the game, Atham says, I feel the same way. To be honest, I've completely fallen for you. Maybe from the moment I first bumped into you outside the stationery store. Yeah, remember that?
I remember. It was 2 days ago.
Really? I'm so glad. I know I have a tendency to focus on taxes to the exclusion of everything else. Hey, tell me about it. But, well, at first I just wanted an excuse to spend time with you, but then maybe I continued because I was overwhelmed and retreated into something practical that I knew. Yeah, like stealing data.
Yeah.
I want you to be in my life in the future. Maybe we'll even file a joint return one day.
Oh, look at that. Isn't that romantic?
Ah, spring, when tax preparation lightly returns to thoughts of love. I only need to mail it off. This is basically the end of the game.
Thankfully.
Blah, blah, blah. Yeah. I wonder how she came to specialize in tax. Yeah, this is just, you know what? I
Have you
think
played the
that's
game this
enough.
far? Or?
Uh, Hand in hand, I'm just happy to be with her. It ends right before you're about to have sex with her. So
Oh,
let's just call it. I'm going to stop sharing. So Clary, that was the gist of it. And I'm not going to say that it's a good game, but then again, you guys are the video game aficionados here.
it's a very horrible
Any
game.
thoughts?
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know what it was trying to do aside from steal your data, but that seems a real long, belabored way to steal your data. I think that's clever though. That like if you
Yeah.
wanted to get guys to do their taxes, throw a little TNA up there, make it a little bit more fun. And you could have like if TurboTax had tits, titty TurboTax. There you go. So, but they'll never do it.
Titty
So yeah,
TurboTax.
yeah. But I think I could have finished my own taxes by the time that game was done.
So common, it did suck. So at the end of the day, anybody who's dumb enough to let their data get stolen like that would probably not be watching this, but let it be a cautionary tale, if nothing else. So Torgo, the Atham has got more
All right.
action in this game than I've gotten in the last 6 months. Well, that's disappointing. All right, man, I am done. Did you want me to do a consultation?
Yeah.
Did you have
Let
a
me. Do you
question?
mind if I read through it here?
Yeah,
What
sure.
time is it right now in our recording?
We're at a minute 10 or an hour 10 minutes, so we can do it. We can
Let
power through.
me. I gotta find it. A guy wants to know about accounting. Is this it? Yeah. Okay. So here it is. So, what time are we at?
We're almost we're at, say 1 minute and 1 hour and
1 minute,
9 minutes. 1 hour and
1
nine
minute,
minutes.
1:09:40. Okay, because I want to give him the exact time. All right. So the client writes, there's no need to anonymize everything. I'm a repeat client from the Fuck College Join the Military video. So if you want some background info about me, you can rewatch. It's not relevant for this request though, which is everything below in the link. Hello, dog beater. I'm a 23-year-old black guy from Detroit that goes to the gym 4 times a week and work a manual job at a place for a industry average. He earns a little bit more than the average person does in the United States. I don't want to identify any of the details so he can remain employed. He works between 35 and 50 hours a week. I have very little debt, roughly 3,000, consisting of mostly medical bills and my retarded ass credit card purchases, and a kind of a really cool old school car.
Really?
Yeah, I don't want to say what it is because it is unique. It's hang on, let me, if it's the one I think it is, let me look it up.
If there's a way you can send that to me privately,
yeah, let me. Oh no, they switched to the new model. Then it's not the one that I thought it was. Okay, all right. So he's got an old GM car. I have no plans of having kids because women in my age group are unbearable, or buying a house because said unbearable women aren't building anytime soon. I plan on going to community college for an associate's or certificate in bookkeeping next September, so I can start working ASAP, then getting a bachelor's in accounting or statistics at an online university. We both agree to say ixnay on the statistics, correct?
It's not necessary.
Yeah, you don't do anything with statistics. You either go actuary science or you become an academic with statistics. So the accounting he doesn't need to do that.
I don't think
but
so.
he emphasizes it will be at an online university. Is that good or bad, Chad?
Online is perfectly fine if you have to go to a university. So
yeah, that's good. No parking,
Yeah.
no commute. You can work from a
Yeah.
coffee store or whatever. So we agree with the degree in accounting at an online
Yeah.
university as long as it is accredited.
Yes.
The community college I'd be attending is about a 15-minute drive, will be entirely paid for by my company. So that's pretty cool. Maybe
Okay.
he will get hired then in a new role at his current employer once he gets his degree. Any thoughts or suggestions would be much appreciated, and hopefully this wasn't a barfy wall of text email. And while you're at it, use the request money to get dog of no real value some therapy for the torture you put her through. I smothered that dog in love, and the dog is a well-behaved dog. She's not the disobedient dog. So she is spoiled by me. All right, so he's going to go. I plan on going to community college for an associate's or certificate in bookkeeping next September, so I can start working on that ASAP, and then getting a bachelor's. So he's going to go get the associate's degree, and his employer is going to pay for his associate's degree. Do you agree with that?
If the employer is paying for it, sure. Online college and everything. I think that's fine. I mean, what do you think?
Well, normally we like taking a very minimal investment measured approach to a degree, or not even a degree, a career in accounting. And so you do not need to go to college to have a career in accounting. So we recommend the 2 routes that we talk about very frequently here is going to get your enrolled agent, which you could do self-study and take 3 tests and off to the races you are. You can also get certified in QuickBooks, which, it's a test, but you would almost have to do some mock accounting to get used to it, work for some place, but you could immediately start working in QuickBooks without having to actually go and take a college course. Why should he go to community college though? Why would we recommend that he take a more formalized path to study with actual credits and going to a school?
Well, I want to just get a little clarification here. His employer would cover all of it, right? It wasn't just a portion
Right.
of it. Okay, then
They would,
yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, if they're covering all of it, there's no downside
Right.
because you don't have to go into debt. Go ahead.
Right. Well, I was just gonna say, and he gets to go hang out with people. I didn't mind the actual act of attending school. I just hated studying in the school itself. So, I mean, if he wants to get out and socialize, I think it'd be good for him. What would be another reason for him to attend a physical or not physical school, but to go to college, whether online or physical? What would be another reason for him to do that?
Well, I think it'd be a good idea to get a little bit of background knowledge with this. I mean, it's kind of like when I advise the guys who want to become EAs.
Mm,
You could take the EA exam, go through the study guides and everything. I just think it's a good idea to take at least a few accounting classes so you get the bare bones. The blocking
right.
and tackling type thing. Is that where you were going with that, or?
No, it's even there's a because everyone else that comes up to us says, I want to get into accounting. And we're like, here's the
Mhm.
quickest way to do it. And then you can always take formalized classes later. Those aren't going to
Yeah.
hurt. And then if you really wanted to go hardcore, you could go up to the CPA. Like if you really wanted to
Yeah.
girl some, then you go get your CPA.
Oh.
But why should he go a formalized college accredited route? Not just because his employer is paying for it, but what else would be the advantage in that?
I think I'm missing it. Would it? I think you're gonna have to tell me, man, because I mean,
His if his employer pays for it and he gets his degree, who's likely to hire him?
oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah,
Yeah,
I
because if they offer to pay his degree, he says, "No, I'm gonna learn it on my own." They'll be like, "No, no, no, we need college." Because if they already spent the money on his college education, do employers like it when they spend money on your college education and you go work somewhere else?
they're not too fond of that. I even have a personal story about that.
Right, but what I'm saying is they're obvious if they're gonna invest that money in him,
They want you.
they want him, and so they're
Yeah,
kind of maybe grooming him for a future career in accounting at that company.
definitely.
So I think that would whereas we usually recommend the trial route of, yeah, kind of do your own thing a little bit, self-study and all that, and then supplement it with college. Here, it's like it's pretty clear to me he should go to college, have his company pay for it, and then the obvious logical employer would be the current one he has now to go and apply for jobs therein.
Let me just pop in. I thought this was a pretty good comment, and I'll read it from comment. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I feel like the only reason one would go to uni for accounting is just to get the requirements for the CPA. Besides that, you don't need uni. There's a lot of truth into that, but it's like you're saying, if you've got an employer that is paying for all of it, it's kind of a
Mhm.
guaranteed way to have a place to go, at the
Yeah,
end of all this. So you
yeah,
don't go into debt and you have a good job waiting for you.
right.
So I
Well,
think I
and
see where.
yeah, and
Yeah.
I would even say I'm not against taking college courses in accounting, especially if you could find them cheap, community college or online, because it will formalize it. It's hard to self-study. I mean, you could
Yeah.
take courses and one of these days, our friend Chad Elkins might have some courses available and teachable at a fraction of a cost. But until that point in time comes, I it's not gonna hurt you to take an accounting course. Like the
No.
accounting cycle, I think is critical to know, closing out T accounts and all that, and the
Yeah.
regular bookkeeping process and learning financial statement analysis, I think would be very you get 3 or 4 of those classes, I mean, you're definitely you're not gonna be as lost or intimidated, when all of a sudden you start doing books, like, you know what you're doing kind of.
Yeah.
Mm,
Yeah. Um, I you know, it's like I was saying, I think it's just so important to understand everything about how it all fits together. The income statement, the balance sheet. I worry that some guys that want to get into tax, because I get a lot of emails about this, as you can imagine. This doesn't
mm,
apply exactly to your client's question here, but some guys just want to gloss over that, or they want to go straight into, well, how do I do a tax return? And it's like, I kind of want to tell them, I really think you should take an accounting 101 class, even if it's
yeah.
just like an online thing. You have to understand how it all fits together. You really do.
It helps to go from, okay, general ledger entries to closing out the accounts.
Yeah.
I know it's tedious, I know it's boring, but once you understand that, there was a great workbook. I wish I remembered, I wish I had saved it. I used to tutor and, it was really good because it refreshed my memory on accounting and the accounting cycle. And so if you could get that and financial statement, and I think, and you could get that at your entry level course, and even if you don't get a degree, I don't think those courses would be wasted, at
Right.
all. You know?
Yeah. It's just like I use this analogy a lot, but you have to learn to crawl before you can learn to walk, and you have to learn to walk before you can learn to run.
Mhm.
So if I do ever come out with, that course, big if, I
I know.
that's gonna it's gonna be something I emphasize pretty hard actually, is like I really think you should take a couple of introductory accounting courses. Yeah.
Well, right, you got what, 3 months, 2.5 months before busy season starts?
Now I only got about a month, maybe 6 weeks at this point at
Okay,
most.
alright. You could
Yeah.
you could bang out I did the Dad You Never Had course in 3 weeks, I think I did it.
Oh, I started out on an outline. Because people keep saying this, yes, there's still a sizable shortage in accountants. Like I was gonna do a little bit more on that for this live stream, my next show, and then I got caught up in this game, which ended up being a pretty shitty game. But I thought I'd at least show it to you
Well,
guys.
no,
So I
we
thought,
not all games are great. I mean, part of the entertainment was how shitty it was.
yeah, it was a horrible
Yeah.
game.
And we also found out that Atham is a whore. He falls in love way too
Yeah,
quickly. Yeah. Oh my god.
yeah. I mean, you really professed your feelings there early, Atham. If you're still here, although she was moving quickly too to steal your data.
Yeah, as it was. So, we got any more super chats or
We got just one more here. So it was yeah, just this one right here. Um
Rusty Fuel, $2. OnlyFans does your tax. I love it. What?
he's
Oh, he's saying that the software. Yeah,
OnlyFans.
that okay, okay.
Yeah. So
I wonder if OnlyFans, because the girls are so clueless and naive about taxes, if they just offered a tax service for like 15% more of their income, I wonder if the girls would pay it. I bet you they would.
well, based on the amount of thirsty guys, I think that would be a real possibility.
Mm.
Oh, what's up, Bacon? How
Hey,
you doing?
Bacon.
Yeah. Tell Cappy I've been enjoying his streams lately. Well, good. At least
Thanks,
somebody's good,
Bacon. Yeah.
Yeah. I'll read this. Thomas Crown says Chad could open the Hooters of the tax return service. All young, big-titted women who do very basic tax returns for people. I mean, it'd be better than H&R Block, don't you think? I mean,
No, I don't think you'd get pretty well endowed women to do a good job of the taxes. I think these guys got it right. You just put an image. It could be a freaking cartoon with TurboTax, and you strip the girl of the clothes. You ever see Major League Baseball?
oh
Or
yeah,
Major League,
Major
right?
League.
And
Yeah,
yeah, they take the strip off the gal. I
yeah.
think something like that with like a real model, who's wearing an accountant outfit. That would be a drastic improvement over, and they could even embed things like if you did your taxes honorably, like, you don't try and cheat or
Mhm.
anything like that, she gets her friend to come in. I think that actually would have a market, but this thing is I don't know what the hell that was. That seemed an awful long way to just get because people still want to get their taxes done. They don't want to have a romantic affair with a computer cartoon.
Yeah, at the end of the day, this was kind of a bust, I think, as a game because, it's one thing if you've got college kids who are like, "Oh, I wanna try doing my own taxes and I'll play this game," but
Right.
I just don't see many people wanting to skip through all the shit that you saw me having this to click
Yeah, no, I
through
did
to be able
it
to get
was a
it
long
done.
time, yeah. Just for Atham to get laid, that was a lot of clicking.
And I'm not even sure he got laid at the end of the game. She finished his return and she was just kinda like, "Well, I hope to see you again."
Well, there's the
So
there's you gotta get the rated X patch.
yeah, I debated that, but I'm sure
No,
we would have
don't,
gotten
don't.
banned off of here.
No,
Um,
no, I don't that there would be where probably the virus is. That's probably where the viruses are. What? What
oh!
happened? Damn! Oh, dude, he
Patent
did it to me again. He
clogs,
did it to me
dude.
again. Look at that. Look at what he did.
He did 2 really good things here. 1, he gave this when you were on with me, so, we have to
Yeah,
split
so I
it,
have to give
and
Chad half of it. Yeah, okay, great. Thanks, Hat and Clogs. Right,
more like I
okay.
have to give you half of it. But
Well,
Hatton Clogs, that's too you're so generous,
very
man. That
kind,
is, like,
Hat. Very,
super
very kind.
generous. You wanna read it or I'll read it if you want?
I'll read it.
Okay.
UWU, Merry Christmas, Chad. May all this money go to you. Cappy is not happy. Enjoy your Die Hard. Yeah, I get to see that. That opens tomorrow.
They have
So
it
I
in South Dakota. I was like, I
They
didn't know.
got it in South Dakota. I got my ticket and everything, man. I'm ready to go. I'm ready to go. I can't
Taking the
wait.
GF or just you?
No, she's out of here already. So
Oh, you gotta live it. You're
she's
gonna
gonna
be
do
living it up.
Christmas over in Minnesota, and I'm gonna go to Vegas here pretty soon. Great One's gonna take over the house and crash here. This year he hopes that he gets to like get snowed in and doesn't get a ton of work because he wants to just chill out at the house and
Mhm.
read. So, but yeah, Great One's gonna take over and house sit while I'm gone, and then
So
yeah,
he
then I'm
actually house sits. He doesn't just
yeah.
stop by and like get your
No, no,
mail.
he lives here. Yeah.
Okay.
No, I wouldn't. You know, with frozen pipes and things like that, it's not like, oh, I want someone here once in a while. It's like, no, stay here and live
Mhm.
here. So he doesn't. I don't have to twist his arm for that.
And hat and clogs, just so we've money bags, Easter Island, money bags, hearts, and peace sign. Again,
Love
man, I
and
just
peace.
you're too kind. Merry Christmas to you, man. That's just you're too kind, I think.
Yeah, thanks, Hat.
Yeah, thanks, man.
Oh, Starscream,
Mhm.
1540, $10. Hi, Cappy. You must respect what a person's identify with. Otherwise, you are a meanie. Dog of no real values identifies as Cappy's dependent, so Cappy can deduct her on his tax return. I wish I could write off the dog of no real value, but unfortunately, I don't spend that much money. Her owner takes care of her.
Do
And
you I
hmm.
had a question. Do you this is more of a your channel. Do you do YouTube shorts? I think you did a few of them at one time. You
Not
know?
really. It's just another, you gotta really pick and choose your battles. And this is
Mhm.
where people like Fresh and Fit, people, I'm being sincere in this, people who are more professional than me, they will
Mhm.
hire a staff to do this. And so they have Big Mo among other people. And what these guys will do is they will manage your um YouTube Shorts channel. They will do the editing. They will do all the social media and the Twitter and the Instagram. They will run. So when Fresh and Fit or any other professional show you see run, they will simulcast to Rumble, Odyssey, all the alternative platforms while they're going on YouTube. And so that's the role that those people play. But no, I after for one person operation, it's just a pain in the ass to do that.
The reason I asked you was because back in January of this year, I've done like maybe 5 or 6 shorts. I tried
Mm.
it. I did this one short where I was kind of annoyed because I'd gotten that an emailed question about this like 3 times that week, and I go,
Mm.
"You can't claim your dog as a dependent. Quit fucking asking me that." And guess what my highest view by far, my highest like view anything is? It's that short.
75,000.
Oh, no, 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 it wasn't anything like that.
Oh,
Not
oh.
I'm saying guess the number, just like the highest views of
Mhm.
any video I've ever done is that short. So that's why it's such a good like it's so funny talking about like deducting dogs on tax returns.
Mm.
People think you can do this. Like it's crazy.
But and they're all Democrats. Yeah, no, the shorts evolved because people had shorter attention spans, and
Mhm.
you get a ton of views, but you get no interaction. You get no, I mean, you get advertising revenue from YouTube, so they're
Yeah.
worth it in that regard, but you don't get super chats, you don't have people buy your product. And dude, I hate editing. I can do it. I got a video editor, but I hate it. It's just a pain in the ass. And so thankfully I make enough money. I don't want to, I don't have to if I don't want to. You'll probably make a lot more money, but I don't want to do it.
Yeah, man, value your time more than your
Yeah.
money. The older I
Yeah.
get, that's where I'm getting.
Yeah.
So, want to thank Clary for this. I
I
think
want to say,
maybe
hey, thank Hat and Clogs for the $100 donation.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, he actually already peaced out. He said, "Have a good night." So thank you, Hat and Clogs, and everybody else who left super chats and really hung around for
But
this.
especially
I,
Hat. The rest of you guys, to hell with you. We really like Hat's our favorite. Yeah.
yeah, someone's like YouTube Shorts is just TikTok. I guess it was trying to compete with TikTok,
Yeah.
but
No, that too.
anyway,
Yeah.
Clary, thank you so much for hanging in there for that. It's a video game and it's taxes. What'd you expect? So appreciate it, guys. Did you want to hawk anything or talk about
The
anything?
book is out. Oh, I got it right here. I got a copy. I forgot that I ordered it. So there you go. World
Mhm.
Without Men, analysis of an all-female economy. It's one of my prouder bits of work because of the research and the data I uncovered was different than it was worse than what I thought it was. So yeah, so that's available for sale, paperback Kindle. People ask, it will be available in Audible kind of probably around January. And then I will really go because I'm holding off on a marketing campaign until I have all platforms available. Then
Mhm.
I go on to the marketing. But yeah, so pick it up. Otherwise, finance related, because this is the Elkins accounting hour. Get Bachelor Pad Economics. There you go. That'll
It's a
help
good
you.
book.
Yeah,
I
it's a
have it.
good book. Yeah.
I'll read this last one from Rusty Fuel for 4.99. You are overestimating Americans. I totally see guys getting their taxes done by this pink anime software. Man, I just hope not because you give every piece of your sensitive data on that, and that's man.
Yeah.
Bank account. The one that got me was bank account, but ugh. So, all right. Thank you again, Clary. You guys, thanks for the super chats. And maybe I'll do a stream next week if I find a good topic, and we should hang out soon.
Soon.